You know, when your boy the Neon Ninja came to JCW, he's looking for the best wrestlers, looking for a fair competition. And you know, Mecha Wolf, I heard you were pretty dope. You're an amazing wrestler. But I didn't know you're a cheating dog boy bitch. Bro, you throw a chair at my face? Dangerous. Very dangerous, aren't you? You want to play dirty? That's fine. I know how to play dirty, man. Right? So fair fight is not what you're looking for. And you want to play dirty, I got something for you, bro.
Fuck 'em up, fuck 'em up. Hit 'em with an uppercut. I'm from the Fight Club. You know we love the love. Bring it, don't sing it. I'm the king of the ring. Boom, bam, goddamn, slam, down, slam. If you looking for a motherfucking fight, here I am. You can hang low to do some dead swing. Jump in, Fight Club.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to JCW Lunacy. Tonight's first match is a tag team match. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. Weighing in a combined weight of 339 pounds, from Bleed Island by way of New York City, the team of Kodama and Ovarian, the Batiri.
The Batiri kicking us off with in-ring action. Welcome everybody to this edition of JCW Lunacy. Joe Dabrowski, by my side is Mark Roberts and Zach Amico.
And their opponents, weighing in 17 boxes of popcorn, 6 packs of cotton candy, and 22 bags of circus peanuts, hailing from the Fun Stretch and Tentacle Dark Carnival, here's Yellow the Clown and his brother Rufo, the Brothers of Construction!
The brothers are ready, climbing their way back through the tag team ranks of Juggalo Championship Wrestling with their eyes on those tag team championships, Joe.
Brothers of Construction have not tasted an official pinfall loss since coming back onto the scene in JCW. They've had a couple close calls 2 different times. The brothers thought they were leaving with the tag team titles, but a technicality got them both times. On one case, they were disqualified based on an accident after a second referee had declared them the winners. That result was overturned. Another time, the brothers got a tap out, but the official was focused on the 1-2-3 in that 4-way championship matchup a couple of months ago. Zach, you gotta believe it may be only a matter of time before the brothers add to their 788-day legacy as tag champions, but we know the backseats are on top of that tag mountain and are not gonna relinquish that easily.
I was going to say, Joe, not only are the Brothers of Construction having their eyes on the title right now, the champions, the Backseat Boys, have their eyes on the brothers. As we saw very recently, the Backseat Boys came out and did a little scouting right in person. So you got to know that they're waiting for that big challenge to come right back at them.
And I think this is a very interesting tag team matchup, guys, because remember when we saw the Batiri, who are in no laughing matter and no mood for fun this week, the Batiri kind of got endorsed by the Backseats. Backseats gave that respect.
Oh, speaking of the Devils,
Yeah.
handsome Devils, but Devils nonetheless.
In that tag team match you were talking about, Joe, where it looked like the brothers had indeed regained those championships from the backseats in Detroit, we saw the crowd boo the backseats.
Well, it's a very polarizing issue. Both teams are beloved. Both teams have earned respect. As you see, Ruffalo in the ring with a takedown to, that is Obarian of the Batiri. But it was the Batiri recruited by Kerry Morton in a trios match against the Backseats and Too Tough Tony. And after Kerry Morton, well, let's say overstepped his boundaries like he normally does, the Backseats and Tony said, you know what, Batiri, you guys fought your asses off. You don't deserve to be treated like that. You belong. You're family here in JCW. And now, Tommy and JP, may have to see if the Batiri can play spoiler to the Brothers of Construction, or will Yabo and Rufo continue to build that momentum?
And that balloon may not look like it hurts, but don't forget, there is static electricity involved. And once that rubs on you, Brothers of Construction can shock the shit out of you.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's tickling with his cock.
Certainly what the nerve endings of the armpit. It's a sensitive area. Double team offense.
They're a little Russian cock sweep.
You're really an expert on the cock-themed offense, aren't you?
Hey, I've been known to dabble myself.
There you go. Takes all kinds. And including the necktie to the face, which is only going to serve to piss off O'Barian. You know, the Batiri got a chip on their shoulders. They've been veterans for some 15 years. They've been in the ring with all the greats that have come out of the Northeast, but they haven't got the attention, the headlines, the buzz that so many of their contemporaries have. They're here at JCW to change that and make the world take notice.
We've seen them feud with a lot of classic teams on the Indies, and I have to say, the Batiri definitely do have that chip on their shoulder when they're watching some of the guys
Beautiful
they
roll
came up
up.
with as top-tier stars now.
2 count only there. Hard to keep a man the size of Yabo down.
That's right. Yabo's deceptively tall, and with that comes reach and apparently the ability to consume popcorn in the middle of a match.
That's like Popeye with his spinach. He's ready now.
Oh, the referee gets some as well.
You got to watch out. There's salt in that.
And what you got to watch out for, too, Zach, is how do you prepare for these antics? If you're the champions, you're the back seats, you look at this and you notice as the Batiri open up with some offense, the brothers are not going to conform to any other style. They're going to do things you've never seen before, but will they make it out of this matchup? A kick out by Yabo on the cover attempt.
Brutal knee strike to the face there by O'Barian. Kodama follows up, gets only a 2 count, but is in a dominant position here, laying those strikes in.
Well, and we saw the Batiri take it, to
Look
the
at that
back
little
seats.
short tie clothesline.
Well done. I can do the Bobby Heenan and say he's got him by the tongue. Looking for the tag here. Back in comes O'Barian. But this really illustrates how competitive that tag team division is, because think back to that trios match, Mark. The Batiri took the Graysons, Tommy and JP, to their limit.
They sure did. They are not, just because they were brought in by Kerry Morton doesn't mean that we should have any stink left
No,
on the Batiri.
they learned that was a relationship going nowhere in a matter, 10 or 15 minutes?
Yeah, that's about as long as Kerry Morton can usually keep a friend. Blind tag there. Kodama back in.
And that incredible combo where Yabo is tripped up and the waiting double stomp just knocks all the wind out of Yabo. And hey, I don't care how tall you are, you're the same size when you're flat on your back.
And the Batiri really holding their own with the Brothers of Construction, a top-tier tag team in this organization.
Zach, do you think there's a preference from the champions over which team wins the tags back into Rufo?
I think all they care about is at the end of the day, those tag titles stay on those beautiful abdominal muscles. But you got to think they want to change it up a little. You got to get sick of facing the same guys over and over and blowing all your biggest maneuvers.
Well, some say that the back seats have yet to definitively beat the Brothers of Construction. And
Oh, there's a boxing glove. I'm not sure if that's, oh, that's a knockout.
hell of an uppercut.
He winds up.
Beautiful drop kick.
It took too much time, too much showboating, and that's one occasion the antics of the Brothers of Construction comes back to bite them.
Yeah, a little bit of that hot dog. It did not pay off for the Brothers.
Batiri looking to finish this, but a miscue in the corner and a most unceremonious collision.
Uh-oh.
Batiri had done a great job of using the brothers' strengths against them, pulling on those ties, not standing up for any of the nonsense. But there you see.
It ends in the whoop whoop driver. Brothers get the win.
Whoop, whoop.
You were just saying the Batiri were using the Brothers of Construction. Well, the tables turned, and the Brothers of Construction literally used the Batiri as a stepping stone for their finishing maneuver.
And as the brothers of Funstruction hit that maneuver, I noticed the back seats to our right inch closer to the ring as they make a statement all their own. They want the brothers of Funstruction to realize we are the true tag team champions. You may have come close, but you've proven nothing to us yet.
And they've come face to face.
It strikes me as somewhat fragile for the champions to have the need to do this. Like, they're the champs. They don't need to be laying out challenges.
Hey, they're the ones traveling the country representing JCW and many fine organizations. And you got to think they take a lot of pride in having those titles.
Mark, I see your point, but at the same time, Tommy and JP need to scout the competition every chance they get. They can't rest on their laurels because that's how you lose a title here at JCW. It's more competitive than it's ever been before in 25 years. Great tag team match to kick us off this week on Lunacy. Joe Dombrowski, Mark Roberts, and Zach Amico. Tonight we are going to see Women's Championship on the line. Zach, it's going to be Danny Moe and Sunny Kiss for the title.
And I, for one, cannot wait to see the Concrete Rose get her shot at the JCW Women's Champion.
We've talked already about Kerry Morton, a pain in everybody's ass, but tonight his rivalry with Too Tough Tony continues.
It's for the American Championship. That and a whole lot more tonight on Lunacy. Let's go back up to the ringmaster.
Tonight's next match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 200 pounds from Long Island, New York. She is the world's strongest known, and she is not your homie, Gabby Uzo.
Well, through history and literature, the gnomes are a small creature, but they always do powerful things. They're always influential. They always run the world around them. Gabby Forza lives and breathes vicariously through that. Not the tallest,
And her opponent,
but packs a powerful punch.
weighing in a whole lot of ass, she's a man from Nantucket, everybody's favorite aunt. She's your JCW Hall of Famer, Mickey Jamal.
And here's a woman that never says no to a good time. It's my future ex-wife, Mickey Knuckles, JCW Hall of Famer.
And Mickey Knuckles with an extra, well, power in her stride tonight. Mickey Knuckles, I think, may feel like there is a new woman on the block to maybe challenge her for most powerful, most intimidating. You can take your pick on a number of adjectives that have described the very first full-time female on the JCW roster. Does Gabby Forza have the skill to knock Mickey off her perch?
Well, Gabby Forza lifted 1,008 pounds in the U.S. Powerlifting Championship. That's a whole lot of power. I think Mickey Knuckles has reason to want to show that she has as much power as she can to bring to this contest.
Speaks to what we talked about as far as Gabby Forza, who was never the tallest, never looked at as the most intimidating, but built herself up, made a major multi-sport athlete out of herself. U.S. Powerlifting Association, Women's Football Alliance, where she was a two-time national champion linebacker.
A linebacker.
And now all of that experience one-on-one against Mickey Knuckles, who, as far as I'm concerned, can play any position that she wants to.
And speaking of positions with Mickey Knuckles, I, for one, am infatuated with this matchup. Look at it. It's like instead of taking a piss on it, a bulldog decided to fight the fire hydrant.
Straps her down. We mean business here. These are two heavy hitters. Make no mistake about that.
You should see her when the strap's on.
Mickey Knuckles, the first woman to ever compete in a major deathmatch pro wrestling tournament in Japan. You were there, Joe.
I was on the call remotely because you think about the prestige of Korakuen Hall. It's looked at with the same reverence as a place like Madison Square Garden, ECW Arena Mexico. But Mickey Knuckles was there, Big Japan Pro Wrestling, against Daiju Wakamatsu, who wound up being the semifinalist that evening. Mickey Knuckles fought her heart out in that matchup, It was a absolute bloodletting, and Corkin Hall will never forget about Auntie Mickey.
Gabby Forza got out of there just in time and gets the advantage here on Mickey Knuckles. Hook of the leg. 2 count only.
Gabby might be nursing a bit of a nose injury there. You see the way she keeps going for it. I think Mickey might have caught her.
Well, this matchup has been absolutely hella physical, and there's the senton by Gabby, but that somehow re-energizes Mickey.
Don't shoot her, that's just gonna make her mad.
Flips the switch, and now Mickey Knuckles
With a senton of her own.
is gonna be dangerous.
I think you made a great point about the nose of Gabby, Zach, and that could be a broken nose, could be some busted cartilage. That's going to affect Gabby's breathing. It's going to affect her potentially her equilibrium, and certainly her ability to come back from that senton from hell.
As if it wasn't going to be easy enough to breathe with Mickey crashing down on your sternum like that.
Look at the eyes, the face of Mickey Knuckles. It feels like
I'm still working my way up there.
as dangerous as she always is. Oh no! But maybe a bit too presumptuous there. Mickey Knuckles looking for that extra bit of punishment, came up empty.
No water in the pool. Gabby winding up. Can she catch Mickey Knuckles? Yes, she can.
Look at that
Lariat
clothesline.
hard.
This could be
Not even a 1 count after that big lariat.
I was about to say this could be a career-making victory, but Mickey Knuckles, just when you think she may be out of the equation, German release suplex. Gabby hits shoulder first. That's sick.
Of all the times I wanted to see Mickey give somebody a full release, that was not one of them.
Second time. And Gabby, she's got a low center of gravity. She's slow to
Whoa!
Oh! She picked up and threw Mickey Knuckles like it was. She made it look easy.
And that look of shock on the face of Mickey Knuckles tells the story. I mean, I don't know if you can name many women in JCW history that have been able to manhandle Mickey in quite that way.
Looked like she picked her up by the pussy and threw her halfway across the ring.
Mickey responds in kind. And this, I mean, this is power on power. I mean, normally we'd call this a hoss fight when you have two absolute physical behemoths like this going one-on-one, two powerhouses.
There's some meat smacking going on here. These two powerful women giving it their all in the JCW Women's Division.
These two beautiful, thick women clever and bubbering, baby. Thick, meaty women slapping thick meat. That's what I like to see, Daddy.
Well, I mean, and we're glad to have you here on the mothership of JCW Lunacy, watching this action along with us as Mickey Knuckles, Gabby Forza are both down. They've had so much taken out of them. Who can dig down deeper? We talked about the potential broken nose on Gabby Forza. We've seen Mickey Knuckles withstand punishment, the likes of which she hasn't faced in a women's matchup in a long time, if ever.
Shades of the Junkyard Dog with those headbutts there.
Oh.
Well, we know Mickey's mantra. She is more than willing to hurt herself if it means hurting others.
And she gets out of the way, might have broken that nose herself.
Oh, and from the blind side, and Mickey lands on the nose again.
She's trying to bring her over, but she won't do it.
Yeah, Mickey did a great job of turning herself into dead weight, but got her that time, did Gabby and Mickey. No 1 count kick out that time. That was close.
Oh, she can't focus on the referee.
Yeah, it's not Jeff the ref's problem. It is entirely Gabby's problem that she has to find a way to put away Mickey Knuckles.
I mean, one of the biggest nightmares of my life, thinking of being in front of all these people and not being able to finish off Mickey Knuckles.
Northern Lights suplex.
Dumped her right on her fucking head, too.
Gabby's temper may
Mickey's
have
done
gotten
with this shit.
may have gotten the better of her, and Mickey Knuckles is back
And
in the
another.
zone. Couple of explosive Northern Lights
Stacks
suplexes,
her up.
stacks her up and beats her.
Oh, my God. What I would give.
Well, Zach, I hope for your sake, Mickey has a little extra aggression. She still needs to get out a little bit later after the broadcast. But aside from you, I don't want to be anywhere nearby when the next person gets in Mickey Knuckles' path.
Hey, if that has to be me, it has to be me. To quote a great man, I like him a little big in the middle.
Mickey Knuckles zoned in with a victory, but now let's get a little philosophical. We got these comments a bit ago.
This is the perfect match for a beast like me. You see, I am the Tarzanian devil. Tarzan Duran. Tonight, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do what the devil does. See chaos in every direction as 5 other competitors step inside the jungles of hell with a true fucking lunatic. Can you feel me? I said, can you feel me? Baby!
Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is a 6-man Rumble Riot match. The way this takes place is every 90 seconds, a new wrestler will come out and join the match. Introducing first, weighing in at a shitload of TNs, from the grunge capital of the world, Seattle, Washington, Steven Flo!
Well, JCW's always a place to be unpredictable, right? You never know what's coming next. You never know who's coming next. That is a 6-man Rumble Riot. 2 will start. Every 90 seconds, another athlete will join in. Over the top of elimination. And gentlemen, what have you made of Steven Flo in his short time at JCW?
Steven Flo's a viral sensation, even more so now that he is a part of JCW lunacy. But one guy who I know who is not amused is Tarzan.
Well, certainly I would suggest that everybody in this matchup is not amused
Introducing next,
by Steven Flo.
Shangri-La, the Ring!
And another reason Tarzan is in a no laughing mood is because of this man right here, the Wraith, who not only choked out Tarzan with his sedative sleeper hold, Tarzan stayed out, and they had to drag him all the way to the back.
Yeah, you lose some blood cells that way. You lose some brain cells that way. But the Wraith is a man that does not discriminate. He does not judge. He does not play favorites. Whether you're destined to be in the paradise of Shangri-La or the deepest pits of hell, the Wraith will show you your fate and lead you there by the hand.
All right, so these men will be in here for the first 90 seconds.
It may take that long for the Wraith to come out of that corner. Clearly, mind games here as the Wraith sizes up Steven Flo.
And you want to talk about strategy, or strategery, as I like to say. The Wraith getting in between Steven Flo and his guitar.
Wraith is the master of heaven and hell, the messenger of the eternal. How will Steven Flo prove that he is the better man?
Winds up and no.
Steven Flo, maybe literally or figuratively, fighting for his survival here. And keep in mind, gentlemen, there will be 6 athletes in total, but because these 2 men got the random draw to start, they have the longest odds to make it to the end.
Neither man connecting with any offense so far.
And the Wraith not wasting time with Steven Flo.
Steven Flo skinning the cat.
Zach, we could easily see, maybe not easily, but we could possibly see the Wraith put 5 different men to sleep on this broadcast.
We could, but we haven't seen anybody be able to match up to the Wraith yet. But those are pins and submissions. This is just throwing somebody out of the ring.
Weighing in a pack of slips and a bag of Doritos. He doesn't remember where he's from, and honestly, I believe him. He's a man of 1,000 gimmicks. Mike B. High.
Mike B. High. He is Joe Dombrowski, the nephew of Izzy High, who opened the very first JCW show against the Iron Sheik back at St. Andrews Hall.
Very good, Bubba. But I'll tell you what, I feel like I've stepped out of Juggalo territory and entered into Woodstock.
Oh, then you haven't spent much time at the gathering, my friend, because this is a familiar smell.
Well, you ain't kidding. But the shirt, the peace sign, I feel like we're in a time capsule, and he shares too. And we got a smoke circle in the middle of this Rumble matchup, this Rumble riot.
I can assure anyone watching at home, we can smell that, and it is the real deal.
Yeah, that's the last thing you have to question.
Yeah, all of a sudden it smells like Tarzan's car in here.
Wait, Tarzan drives?
Scary, isn't it?
Yes.
And Stephen Flo, take a hit, man, you'll feel alive.
Jeremy's smoking. Good luck understanding what he says now. He's been smoking.
Introducing next,
And that was the whole 90 seconds.
weighing in near 400 pounds, from the Redwood Forest, 7 foot tall, Painful Paul.
All right, I don't know if Painful Paul's going to be in the mood to partake.
Speaking of somebody else who's really high, but in a much different way, 7 foot tall, Painful Paul. That is not somebody you want to turn around and see after you've had a few puffs of the good stuff.
And keep in mind, guys, Painful Paul, one of the most successful Battle Royal records in JCW history.
Yes, he does. And the three men who were already in the ring had a different conception of time, but at least maybe what they've been partaking in will dull some of the pain.
Yes, well, they've taken a journey to the center of the mind, but will Painful Paul join them or no? Could be a journey over the top rope. And you do not mess with a man's stash. Mosh pit Mike, he's out of there.
Oh, Mike be high, Mike be gone.
But Paul made it look easy. 7 foot tall, Painful Paul did it like Mike B. High was weightless.
Oh, don't worry, he's got another one, guys.
We know he at least weighs a few grams more than usual, but be that as it may. Stephen Flo, the Wraith, double team on Painful Paul, but even two men aren't enough to budge this giant. And we've only got, two more to come?
But they both hang on to the ropes.
Yeah. Well, the Wraith has not tasted defeat yet in JCW. We know how dangerous and lethal he can be, but Paul is not scared.
Introducing next, also weighing in at damn near 400 pounds,
Oh boy.
from the deepest, darkest jungle, Congo Kong.
Never mind that shit, here comes Congo.
And boy, is the mood of this match changed in a hurry. Two giants staring each other down.
If I were Stephen Flo, I would wait and see how things panned out before I got myself involved in this battle of gargantuan men.
Yeah, let King Kong and Godzilla fight it out and ruin the city, and then you can pick up the pieces later.
The Wraith and Stephen Flo neither listening to that advice here, and worse for wear because of it.
And we've got
forearm.
two giants and just three other competitors. One hasn't come out yet. In the rest of this matchup, Kong and Paul easily heavy odds on favor.
You would have to assume, unless there's an 8 foot tall guy back there.
I think we would have seen him.
I think we would have noticed him.
Painful Paul looking to toss out Congo Kong. If any one man could do it, it's Paul.
Congo hanging on here for dear life.
Congo doing everything he can to stay in that ring.
Kong, a former JCW champion, the record 953 days, nearly 3 years as champion. But Paul going to make a statement and eliminate him.
I am hopeful about that top rope holding up.
And so does Congo. He holds up. His feet haven't hit the floor. He's still in the match. Well, Paul trying to...
Introducing our sixth and final contestant, weighing in 7 Olympic tusks, from the deep jungles of hell,
Tarzan with that root on that branch. He brought an axe out here as well. But Tarzan is dangerous on his own, let alone when he's brandishing weapons.
Tarzan is angry about what happened to him on the last episode of JCW Lunacy. I'm glad to see that he is back in form.
He's got the other hatchet. Oh. A true-to-life hatchet man, but Painful Paul shuts it down.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That is not a good position for anyone to be in.
Paul has no sympathy for anyone.
No!
Just raking on the top of the head.
Oh!
Well, turnabout's fair play. He brought that hatchet to the ring.
He did. There's no disqualification, Zach. That's completely right. It's
Oh,
within
come
the bounds.
on. No, he's just slicing his head open.
It's still damn sick to look at.
The ring almost had Stephen Flo out while we were paying attention to what I would assume is blood flowing from the head of Tarzan.
Oh, it is. I see the blood on the white face paint of Tarzan, but Tarzan coming out the back door.
I think Paul was going to powerbomb Tarzan into the third row, but Congo Kong saw an opportunity with Tarzan's back turned, and how about this unlikely alliance?
Congo Kong sees an opportunity to try to get Paul out of there, and Paul is the biggest concern and stumbling block for Congo winning this match.
And a lot of history between Congo and Tarzan as well. Saved each other from a number of beatings. Could this be another team that we have to watch out for in the future? The Kings of the
Tarzan
Jungle.
has the hatchet, and wait a minute, but behind Stephen Flo eliminates Tarzan, and Congo goes courtesy of Painful Paul.
Congo on the other side. We are down to 3.
And Painful Paul charges. Wraith and Stephen Flo forced to work together. They have pretty much nothing in common other than the will to survive this.
Paul really chopped down to size, but can either of these men together eliminate?
Painful Paul was nearly taller than the other two from his knees. Oh, what a choke slam!
From an easy 9 feet in the air,
At least.
Stephen Flo is going to get tossed out of the ring.
Stephen Flo out, much to the chagrin of the Juggalo Nation.
But check out this confrontation. Painful Paul and the Wraith.
Paul is not going to want to turn his back on the Wraith, or he could end up. Oh, no,
What?
Wraith got caught.
Wait a minute, Paul just eliminates the Wraith. Overwhelms the Wraith, and Painful Paul has won.
Painful Paul!
Wow, Painful Paul makes a statement here. Mad, bad, and dangerous to know, and living up to his reputation, dominating Battle Royal style matches, gentlemen.
Listen, you can't help but figure that might have been the ending to the matchup. However, that stare down between 7'12" Painful Paul and the Wraith tells a story in and of itself. Very interesting singles match that we can see coming out of this Battle Royal.
Well, on our last broadcast, things got violent between the Neon Ninja Facade and Mecha Wolf. Things are far from over. We captured these comments a bit ago.
Facade, I've already tasted your blood. And I like it. You see, what else is there to prove for the bad wolf of Juggalo Championship Wrestling on my quest to glory? Tonight, Facade, esta noche, the only way that you're gonna leave here is gonna be with the assistance of a stretcher.
This next match is scheduled for one fall. Ladies and gentlemen, at the 2-minute mark of this match, there will be a surprise factor added in.
Oh,
Introducing first, weighing in at 90 kilos, from the Wolf's Den, this is Mecha Wolf.
Well, a surprise factor 2 minutes in, Zach, but I feel like there's a surprise factor anytime we see Mecha Wolf. We have seen that mist come out of nowhere and blind a number of opponents.
And even without the mist, which was blocked by a chair, Mecha Wolf really put the boot to Facade last time we saw him, and Facade was bleeding all over the place. We haven't seen Mecha Wolf
One of the most
Halloween, and now ever since then, I think this guy's got a taste of blood.
It was one of the gruesomest, goriest visuals I've ever seen. Facade dripping with blood down his head and body, and Mecha Wolf reveled in every bit of it.
It was disgusting. I'm glad that Facade is okay. Frankly, he's got marks all over his face.
Weighing 191 pounds, he roams the streets at night, creeping while you're sleeping. Here's one half of the Neon Clowns, the Neon Ninja Facade.
Well, Facade took big offense to what he called dirty fighting from the likes of Mecha Wolf, but we know Mecha has no remorse, has no conscience. Zach, is Facade stepping into this fight once again an act of courage or an act of stupidity?
I would say we're somewhere in between, because let's not forget the announcement that there will be a surprise factor added to this match. Could it be in Facade's favor? Could it be in Mecha Wolf's favor? Could it be a big fuck you to both of them? Who knows?
That's very possible. In JCW, it can be absolutely anything at any given time. But you're right, Zach, we don't need any surprise factors to make this any more volatile than it's already become. But it's something Mecha Wolf and Facade have to have in the back of their heads.
Mecha Wolf says he's already tasted the blood of Facade and he wants to do it again.
Mecha Wolf prowling in the ringside area.
Mecha Wolf can be, as a fighter, very predatory. He has sensed his prey. Facade has been weakened, damaged, vulnerable by he himself, Mecha Wolf, and tonight could be the night Mecha finishes the job. And keep in mind, gentlemen, Mecha's goal is still to be back in contention for that JCW World title.
Facade pointing to that wound on his forehead, reminding the crowd, and maybe reminded himself of why this matchup is so important to him.
Yeah, and showing Mecha, you did all this to me. It did not stop me. It did not keep me down.
Mecha Wolf is a predator, looking for prey, and he's already spotted a weakness, he thinks, in Facade.
And that just means he is all the more eager to pounce. He is animalistic.
Maybe trying to draw Facade to the outside here.
Well, notice that Facade is very eager. Facade is pissed off. Facade came in here with a point to prove, and Mecha Wolf is already inside the head of Facade.
He's already up 1-0.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to let Facade let his emotions get the best of him.
Yeah,
he's in his head, and he's only going to go further.
Mecha's playing with him, and gentlemen, Mecha could just stall out this entire 2 minutes.
That's exactly what I was going to say. This may just be head games, and Mecha Wolf doesn't know what's coming. He wants to wait and find out.
Sure.
Adjust accordingly.
And the more Mecha Wolf makes Facade wait, the more likely Facade is to make a mistake.
The crowd very politely letting Mecha Wolf know they think he's a bitch. But he's from Mexico. Maybe they should say him puta.
As politely as one can say you're a bitch, I suppose they are. Yeah, Mecha Wolf competed extensively in Mexico for the Crash for AAA. Originally from Puerto Rico, but people may remember La Rebellion with Damian Cesa's son, Bestia Cesa's. Very intimidating tactic. Facade tries to roll it off immediately.
Ooh, big stomp.
And back to the outside as Mecha. Perhaps the stalling tactics didn't work. Facade springs off with a side round kick.
Oh, and that is exactly where you don't want to be with Facade.
Facade can take his offense anywhere. The outside is not really safe. We've seen Facade dive from the middle of the ring right into the middle of the crowd.
Mecha Wolf trying to hug one of the fans and protect his chest, but a big back rake from Facade.
Facade's in survival mode right now. Facade's got something to prove. He got absolutely blooded and beaten by Mecha Wolf, and now some of these fans helping the Neon Ninja out.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the surprise factor,
Oh, wait a minute.
weighing in 62 kilos, from Crystal Mountain, Columbia, he is the devil's favorite dealer, Cocaine.
Now that's my kind of surprise, gentlemen. It looks like Cocaine has been added to the matchup.
It often seems like Cocaine shows up when you don't expect him, right?
That was pretty early in the night for him to show up, to be completely honest.
Or it could be a Coke Slam right from the jump.
Mecha Wolf hit a knee to the face of Facade, took him briefly out of this contest here. So we're one-on-one, Mecha Wolf and Cocaine.
Yeah, one-on-one for the moment, but I would assume, gentlemen, I mean, this is a surprise to us as it is anybody, but this is still a one-fall matchup, just now three-way rules as Cocaine, incredible body control, into a drop kick.
This Cocaine much more energetic than the previous version of that character that we're more used to.
And I don't think we've ever seen this before, have we? Facade and Cocaine face-to-face. And Facade, a little Matrix counter of his own.
Facade is as limber as any competitor in a pro wrestling ring, but he got caught by Mecha Wolf.
And Mecha Wolf, as always, here to pick the bones of whoever he sees damaged.
I think the question is, who between Mecha Wolf and Facade will be able to keep their focus on winning this matchup and not on hurting one another? If one can do that, they've got a big-time advantage. If neither can, this could be Cocaine's for the taking. Now check out the neck strength. Incredible sense of balance by the Neon Ninja. Cocaine walked right into the offense, the onslaught.
Well, look at Facade planning this.
Aerial arsonist Facade took Mecha Wolf over, did not get all of it, but still got the body scissors to send Mecha Wolf to the outside. I think Facade wanted to neutralize Mecha Wolf, so it's one-on-one. He got his goal.
And while that certainly wasn't Cocaine's fault, he
Big double
definitely
clothesline.
took it out on him with that slap.
Oh, I hear Cocaine's always willing to give you a boost. Mecha Wolf, Facade.
He
A
really
big
did
drop.
miss an opportunity to say that he used him to bump off him.
And now the 8-ball, but the 8-ball has been countered.
Mecha Wolf ready to commit a party foul, perhaps. Where's it going?
Now, Mecha's got all of the power of Cocaine
He's
in his
got all
very
the power
hand.
and the powder.
Oh.
That's a lot of money just been wasted. Does that come out of Mecha Wolf's pay? Well, here we go. A flapjack into the powder.
Uh-oh.
And that's not powdered sugar. Cocaine is looking for his source of strength, and he
Cocaine
found
goes
it.
fucking crazy!
You don't drop Cocaine face first into his own stash. Mecha Wolf gets it. Facade gets it for a moment. On the rebound, both men.
And Facade planted with that side suplex. Mecha Wolf breaks up the pin.
I feel like every single month we see more and more maneuvers from Cocaine.
He's evolving before our eyes, absolutely. Oh, into the power bomb. 2 count only. And now.
Once again, got him for that big goozle.
Oh, no, the mist.
Oh!
Into the eyes of Cocaine.
I wasn't sure Cocaine was powerful enough to lift Mecha Wolf. It became a moot point with that mist into the face.
And we are back to one-on-one. Facade, Luthez press. We're calling Luthez a JCW lunacy because Facade's unloading with right hands. And this is back to the scenario Facade wanted retribution on Mecha Wolf for slicing him wide open with that chair in their past battle. And anything that's moving, Mecha Wolf drill, twisting DDT.
And Mecha Wolf kicks out Cocaine right over the barricade.
Bending Cocaine backwards in half the wrong way over that steel barricade.
Cocaine's back, yeah, just bent in half. His spine may have snapped as a result of just the pure force and mass of Mecha Wolf. can see there's no protection, there's no padding.
No,
that was just a scary, ugly landing.
Yeah, that was
Moving,
bent.
thank God.
Cocaine bent backwards, fully over the rail and then down
Oh no,
onto
and
the
I
floor.
forgot about Facade.
It's about to go from bad to worse. Facade, try to double spring. Rebounds, Tope con
He
Hero.
fakes them both out. Goes for the one, then hits another aerial maneuver.
At that point, Mecha Wolf, Cocaine were sitting ducks. Not much they could have done after the punishment they just took regardless. Facade seizes an opportunity.
Up on the top, there's only one way across for Facade, and it's running the rope.
Straight to the face. Neon Ninja makes a statement.
An incredibly unique and experienced cover by Facade there. What an athletic maneuver and a very dominant showing.
Facade looks fear straight in the eye. That fear goes by the name of Mecha Wolf. Facade challenges his demons, comes out on top here tonight. Didn't pin Mecha Wolf. Perhaps there'll be another battle between Facade and Mecha Wolf. Coming up, however, another battle between Kerry Morton and Too Tough Tony. Our cameras were on hand moments ago.
Boys, I hear you both. Please stop screaming at me. I understand. I really do understand what we're going through. We have one more month until the suspension is over. And Silas, I hear you. I know it. You need some money. Listen, go back to the shop near your house, the one with the big toys. Yep, and go get your job back. Tell the lady that you're sorry. She'll give you your job back. She will love to, Silas. You know, you always treat her nicely. and Alex. Brother, I know the paper route is coming through. I know it. Brother, you're as real as they get, and you haven't been caught yet. So we're doing. What the fuck are you doing here? Can't you see what I'm doing? I'm on the phone with Silas and Alex Taylor right now. My boys, one second. I'm on the phone with the Southern Six because the commissioner, Violent J, decided to suspend my boys for 6 months. I don't know if you know this, but we have one more month until my boys are coming back to Juggalo Championship Wrestling, the place that we built, the place that the best merchandise comes from, and that's us. Because when you put our faces on shit sells, unlike any of these other clowns here. So that being said, JJ, Commissioner of Violence, really, Alex Taylor, we're coming back, and we're causing some mayhem. Boys, I'll talk to you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the JCW American Championship. Introducing first, weighing in at 210 pounds, from Bristol, Tennessee, he is one part of the Southern Six, the Riz God, Kerry Morton.
Still about a month to go on the suspension of the other members of the Southern Six, Silas Mason, Alex Taylor. But what a homecoming it would be if Kerry Morton can greet them back in the front door of JCW as the brand new American champion, defeating the Southern Six's top rival.
It strikes me as Kerry Morton makes his entrance, he is alone. He has no championship gold around his waist. He has no friends. He is in this match one-on-one. No other option than to take on Too Tough Tony. Best of luck to him.
And Zach's just over here vibing to the music.
What can I say? I love the lyrics of this song.
How long did it take you to learn them?
I'm still working on it.
Okay, still working on it. Well, Kerry
You
Morton.
say he's all alone, but
Deep symbolism. It's like a Super Bowl halftime show.
Weighing in at 210
wrestling knowledge and talent.
That may be true, but Too Tough Tony's bringing to the ring some liquid courage and the most decorated resume in Juggalo Championship Wrestling history. Too Tough Tony can do things that many people may have said he would never accomplish, but
Is one of them walking a straight line?
well, that is on a long list, certainly, but most of them, Too Tough Tony has been able to overcome. But walking a straight line he may be working on. Another one is getting rid of Kerry Morton, because as much as these people want to talk their shit on Kerry Morton, and let's be honest, 95% of it's true, Kerry Morton just will not go away. And the Southern Six has one of the best resumes against Too Tough Tony of all time. Tony's got to have his working boots on tonight if he wants to keep the American title.
We're talking about a great resume. We're looking at the first ever Triple Crown champion in the history of JCW in the hardcore Homer Simpson himself, Too Tough Tony.
Kerry Morton, not a fan of this festive atmosphere. These fans in Worcester are absolutely jacked. They are absolutely pumped for Too Tough Tony and JCW Lunacy as a whole. Ricky Morton, Kerry Morton, a stranger in a strange land here tonight, as he is every week here on Lunacy, and a far cry from his father, Ricky Morton, who's been beloved and embraced by the JCW faithful.
Kerry Morton can't even buy friends. He tried it with
true.
the Vatiri.
Kerry posing with the title.
It didn't
Letting
work.
everybody know how good looking he'd be with it.
He'd be a lot better looking if he just shut up once in a while.
Well, we know you like the silent pretty type.
Kerry Morton is coming in focused and determined, though. There is the prize. Too Tough Tony, second ever American champion. Kerry Morton would love to add his name to that lineage, that legacy.
And what a legacy that title already has, being held by only two men so far, Caleb Conley and now Too Tough Tony. If you add your name to that list, it has to go in the upper echelon of Juggalo history.
Yeah, defended in multiple countries. Kerry Morton showing off the JCW on his tights, and what, does he think he's the face of JCW now?
He may not be the face, but he's definitely part of it.
Yeah, he's the ass.
That's what I was going for.
Kerry will never realize that, though. Too Tough Tony, as far as I'm concerned, Too Tough Tony embodies everything right about JCW. But Tony looks at Kerry Morton and sees everything wrong about JCW.
And these juggalos are letting these men know how they feel about it. Telling the story, some 2,000 juggalos in attendance here.
And
Says
not
one
one
more
of them,
time.
not one of them a Kerry Morton fan.
Oh, he tries to sneak up on him.
Yeah, Kerry tried to outsmart Tony.
He's not just too tough, he's too smart for that shit.
Yeah, much easier said than done. I think Tony's been wrestling for about as long as Kerry Morton's been alive. And I get that Kerry Morton's third generation. I get that he comes from some of the best wrestling genetics in the world. But sometimes there's no substitute for experience, especially in an environment like JCW.
Well, hey, got to give it to Kerry Morton. He's locking up center of the ring. Too Tough brings it to the corner. We're going to see a clean break by Kerry. Sort of.
Hey, listen, if Tony had hair for Kerry to hold on to, he would have.
Kerry is complaining about a hair pull in his own right, which I didn't see. Not that I would have objected if Tony had done it.
The crowd demanding that Tony fuck him up.
I think it's pretty unanimous. What happens when you run your mouth one or two times too many, and it's time for karma to sink in for Kerry Morton, who drives the knee into Too Tough Tony and begins to go to work. Kerry Morton hoping to become the next American champion.
Well, I mean, who would know better all the parts that hurt a crafty old veteran than Kerry Morton from having to watch his dad walk around the house every single day?
Kerry was the man with the momentum. He was the one moving forward and running, and he ran into a brick wall in Too Tough Tony and fell right down. Powder's out of the ring.
Kerry trying to dictate the pace of this matchup. He wants to wrestle his match, not Tony's. If this turns into a brawl, that boy's fucked.
Well, is he dictating the pace, or is he just scared?
You say potato, I say scared.
So far, it's working. This match is coming on Kerry's terms. We haven't seen Kerry take a big shot to the face yet, but wow, that was graphic.
Kerry didn't want to shake that.
Hey, if you shake it more than twice, you're just playing with us.
Too Tough Tony reverses. Tip up by Kerry Morton. Looking for the deep arm drag, and
But he
that's...
fools
He
him.
did not get it.
Nope.
I was getting a wrestler.
He's explaining it. I'm just trying to wrestle here. I'm trying to have a competitive contest. Not a fight, not a brawl, not a bar brawl, nothing. I want to wrestle.
So far, every trick in the book that Kerry's tried to pull, Tony's had an answer for it. Except that one.
Well, so much for wanting to wrestle.
Right
Arm
through
drag,
the
hip
bleary
toss.
eyes of Too Tough Tony. And now trying to yank that leg right out of its socket.
Kerry's gonna find an advantage where he can. He went to the eyeballs, now trapping the leg of Too Tough.
Kerry needs to shut down Tony any way he can. That's taking him off his vertical base. That's cutting away the third man of the crowd, but Tony explodes out of the corner. The staying power, the pain threshold of Tony can't be overstated. This man has withstood an unspeakable amount of punishment over 25 years.
Oh, you're saying the guy that lights his own fucking hand on fire has a high pain threshold?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yet another factor that Kerry must be concerned about as he eats an elbow of Too Tough Tony. Going for a cover here.
Quick kick out by Kerry Morton. It's great instincts in a championship match, but I don't think Kerry had a follow-up plan.
No, Kerry got, that was his idea. That's as far as he'd gotten.
Well, begging seems to be a good recourse for him. Scoop slam, Too Tough Tony. Don't take away the wrestling acumen of Tony as well.
Oh, we haven't seen Tony go for this in some time.
Second turnbuckle on the inside. What's Tony thinking? Oh, he goes for that leg drop and no one's there.
And Kerry taking advantage of the opportunity, stomping a mud hole in Tony.
This is exactly the opening that Kerry Morton needs. He's got the bigger man off of his feet. He would very much like to keep him there. Kerry Morton dropping elbows on each of the legs of Too Tough Tony.
It looked to me like Kerry was playing possum, just baiting Tony into that situation, jumping off the second rope, and as soon as Tony was compromised, Kerry Morton pounced.
And what a beautiful idea. Watching Tony land right on that hip, right on those legs when he went for that big leg drop off the second, and the first thing he does is start working those legs again.
Kerry going all the way around the world there with the Garvin stomp, I thought, but lands a forearm to the back instead, Joe.
Yeah, and I think with an extra focus on the lower anatomy, the ankles, the shins, the heels, and now choking Tony, it's very clear to me Kerry Morton wants to keep Tony off of his feet at any cost.
Thus far succeeding, but there's a stomp to the hand, too, of Too Tough. Another factor that Kerry would like to take off the table is the right hand of Too Tough Tony, as we've talked about here.
Especially since that's the meteor right hand. That's the one he lights on fire.
You guys ever wonder if that's the same hand he uses to,
What, drink?
Sure, grasp the bottle, let's say.
We've seen him
And you
do
think he's
it.
ever set it on fire first?
I always thought he used both hands for that. Kerry Morton not making friends or influencing people, but he is on the top rope for a moment.
In a precarious position is Kerry Morton as Too Tough is going all the way up to the very top rope.
All the way up to the third there. What
Remember
balance.
the punishment Tony's taken in the ankles, the hip, the leg. Can Tony pull this off?
He does!
It never ceases to amaze me how incredible Too Tough Tony is in the ring.
That superplex did a lot of damage to Kerry Morton, but we haven't seen Tony move yet either.
Well, yeah, Tony scored big, but the question is, what did Too Tough Tony take out of himself? Turning point in this match, whomever gets off their back first has a decided advantage.
And just the way Tony makes classic maneuvers look so devastating, like that scoop slam, a superplex, everything he does looks like it knocks the fucking shit out of him.
Tony's got crazy, strong tendon strength. No doubt about that. He's not built like Atlas, but he can mess you up in so many different ways, and including that one, the right hand to Kerry Morton.
And a second. Right to the jaw, sends Kerry to the other side, and a big back body drop takes him down. Too Tough Tony firmly in control, Joe.
Kerry's favoring his brains. And the clothesline connects as well. Tony has that momentum back on his side.
Tony's a goddamn fucking freight train right now. Once again.
Kerry, it's too late to apologize. No,
Big
knee
knee
to
to
the
small of the back.
Beautiful neck breaker from Kerry Morton.
Or as it's known in France, Le Neck Breaker.
Will it be a rude awakening for Too Tough Tony as Kerry Morton now climbing the middle of the ropes?
Never seen it done like that before, but it worked.
Beautiful elbow. Is it enough? Kerry Morton, American title's on the line. No, Tony gets out. If Kerry ever gets a singles title here at JCW, we will not ever hear the end of it.
It would be insufferable and constant.
And keep in mind, the rest of the Southern Six are on their way back in just a matter of weeks.
He's trying to go for that turnbuckle, but
With the massive upper body strength of Kerry Morton.
Kerry, you're not that strong. And, you're gonna pay
here
for
it is.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah, this is how you do it. Kerry was not an originator or an innovator of the middle of the ropes offense. Tony showing you how he made it famous. Oh, the alcohol. It's time to light the meteorite. Kerry has no idea what's coming.
That alcohol.
Kerry Morton's hair's on fire.
Caught it right between the eyes. Too Tough Tony.
Retains the
win.
American Championship.
And still, JCW American Champion, Too Tough Tony!
Holy shit, the beautiful hair. Kerry Morton lit ablaze by Too Tough Tony. Maybe jealous that Kerry still got his hair.
Well, those Morton good looks that you like to talk about may have been permanently rearranged thanks to Too Tough Tony and his meteorite. And the American title is safe from the clutches of the Southern Six and stays with the embodiment of JCW.
Too Tough Tony called for his American Championship belt.
Sign in the crowd. Oh, it's Tony on fire.
That's the power of the meteorite. That's the point of view that Kerry Morton just had.
That was some scary shit right there.
I think any fight with Too Tough Tony is some scary shit.
All juggalos worldwide. We, as the me are the champions.
Tony with some choice words for our camera.
Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and any other platform you choose.
Absolutely true. PsychopathicVault.com has all of your merchandise needs as well. But who's going to leave tonight with the JCW Women's Championship? Sunny Kiss believes it's her.
What a debut that was. First ever JCW Battle Royal champion. But I've got bigger dreams. Danny, it's time. The Concrete Rose is finally here at JCW. Now you've done your big one. You became the first ever, the inaugural JCW Women's Champion. But the Concrete Rose sets her sights on that very gold, girl. Now you're my girl. You're my girl. but there can only be one queen. And the Concrete Rose is here to take that crown.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event, and it is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the JCW Women's Championship. Introducing first,
I like it rough.
from Jersey City, New Jersey, she is the Concrete Rose, our first JCW Battle Royal Champion, Sunny Kiss.
Sunny Kiss's very first ever match in JCW. She captures the newly created Battle Royal Championship trophy. Could match number 2 make her a dual champion, gentlemen?
I think Sunny Kiss has as good of a shot as anyone. A world-traveled grappler. The Concrete Rose is clearly a star in any room she ever enters. And Danny Moe has got quite a challenge on her hands tonight. Tell me about it, Zach Amico.
I've been following Sunny Kiss's whole career, and I think this is the biggest challenge that Danny Moe's title reign yet.
From the 412, she's a world record holder for the highest Collision Women's Pro Wrestling match in one half of the Neon Rounds. She is your current and first ever JCW Women's Champion, Dynamite Danny Moe.
Danny Moe passed that 4-month mark as women's champion, and she has defended that loudly and proudly from rookies to legends, from flyers to powerhouses. Danny Moe has not backed down from a single challenge, but you guys said it. Sunny Kiss, I think you can make a very, very serious claim. Danny Moe's toughest test to date.
Absolutely, former Capital Wrestling champion, and I was there the night she won it. It was actually one of my first nights in the business. Sunny Kiss, an absolutely phenomenal performer, and I think Danny Moe's got her fucking hands full.
These are 2 of the most naturally athletic talents anywhere in JCW. They can do it all. They have incredible dexterity, incredible balance, speed, quickness, agility, and power as well. In fantastic shape, but so much time in the weight room, but also haven't lost any speed in the process.
Starting early with quick cover attempts here. Both of these women know what's on the line in the JCW Women's World Championship.
Very athletic maneuvers by Sunny. He's going for the booty pop and the moonsault.
Great mid-air adjustment, though, to see Danny Moe getting out of the way, and it doesn't take much time to come down to fisticuffs. Oh, beautiful. Textbook Sunny Kiss offense. That one-legged drop kick scored big.
What a main event for JCW Lunacy as we see Sunny Kiss come across the ring with a slap. The disrespect to the champion.
Sending Danny Moe to the outside with that slap.
In our year in review episode, Violent J and I went over the highlights of 2024, and the commissioner said he's not sure why it took so long to develop a women's division in JCW to go from 0 to 100 here. I mean, this really is a main event in any wrestling card in the world. Backslide by Danny Moe taking Sunny Kiss down, but they both hold on.
Well, you look at these athletes and then you think about Nikki Knuckles and Gabby Forza and Alice Crowley, and you can go down the list, and certainly there's so many more to come. There's so many more that want to make a statement here in JCW. And who will be at the forefront of that division? We're answering that question now. Right now, Danny Moe believes it's her.
Big victim kick.
Danny Moe, a collegiate pole vaulter. Both these athletes, I believe, have background in gymnastics and cheerleading. And Danny Moe showing some of those hops now off of the Tijeras.
Takes Sunny Kiss 2/3 of the way across the ring and to the outside. That is a good move for Sunny to not get pinned, but you've got to watch out because Danny Moe can fly.
Crowd very excited to represent Juggalette herself. Danny Moe does that big swing, 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 chop, chop, chop.
Sonny Kiss has avoided those clutches thus far, but time will tell. Danny Moe wants to be friends, and I think this matchup means a lot to Danny Moe. I think Danny Moe has probably looked up to Sonny Kiss for quite a lot of her 5-year career, her being Danny Moe, I'm saying. And wait a minute, Sonny Kiss, though, a little resourceful, gets a 2 count.
Concrete Rose with the roll-up.
Sonny Kiss goes low.
Big knee.
Really put Danny Moe right where she wanted her.
Oh! Right in the back of the head of the Blue Thunder Bomb, and Danny Moe gets out. And just the rotation, the velocity, and then the impact of that Blue Thunder Bomb, that may be the most devastating version of that move I've seen in quite a long time. Sonny Kiss came here to win.
I was going to say, I think that Blue Thunder Bomb had an extra rotation than we're used to seeing when people apply it.
And Zach, you talked about Danny Moe and her authentic connection with this audience. They know, the Juggalettes in the audience know that Danny Moe is one of them, and yet we hear no disrespect towards Sonny Kiss here.
No, this crowd is incredibly lucky to see two performers of this caliber face off for the title.
You can't not respect what Sonny Kiss has done, the barriers she's broken, the successes she's achieved on the way to JCW, not to mention that Battle Royal trophy and that discus forearm. Again, the second time, I think Danny Moe hits back of the head first. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but Danny Moe out of sorts, but still instinctively kicks out.
Incredible offense from Sonny Kiss, who's got a lot of power behind that elbow. Sizing up Danny Moe now. What's she going to do with her?
Double chicken wing.
Oh, you know how much I love chicken wings, boys.
Could have guessed.
And that fear on Danny Moe's face tells the story. She's defenseless.
Oh, she catches herself.
Roll through, roll through. Danny Moe has her shoulders down and nearly beats Sonny Kiss.
Ooh, a big forearm of her own.
Sonny's rocked, but still on her feet. Danny Moe presses the offense.
Kick after kick to the midsection of Sonny Kiss. Danny Moe faked her out.
Sonny was ready for the one high, but not ready for the one low. Modified Bulldog, hook of both legs. And that leg strength of Sonny Kiss enables the kick out. JCW Women's title on the line. So many of these Juggalettes here at ringside have looked up to Danny Moe, have been empowered through Danny Moe, and all she's been able to accomplish. Can she vanquish this latest challenge?
Yeah, Sonny got her leg up there.
I felt that. Hard kick from Sonny Kiss. Danny Moe in the wrong situation, and look at the power of Sonny Kiss with the gorilla press.
Now just a choice of where she wants to put her down.
Making Danny Moe think
if
about
she ever
it.
puts her down.
Oh, wow! Did just put her down, tried to drive her down, but I think Danny Moe may have caught Sonny Kiss on the jaw on the way down on impact, jarring Sonny Kiss.
Danny held on.
Code red. Kiss hits the back of her head near fall. This is physical.
Yeah, these women are not playing around. The competition.
Going for a finish.
Moon Mist twist is countered. Sonny Kiss a roundhouse. That may be a knockout shot.
Kick.
That could be a knockout shot.
Did you hear the snap on that?
You can hear it, you can see it, you can practically feel it from where we are. I'm sure all of you at home felt the same way.
Sonny needs to capitalize that JCW Women's Championship is in her grasp.
Danny Moe's got to watch out, or she might be going home with that belt tonight.
On the top midair! Moon Mist twist in midair! Danny Moe retains the title!
Sonny got caught!
And your winner, and still JCW Women's Champion, Dynamite Danny Moe!
Danny Moe with that Moon Mist twist from out of nowhere, ending at least tonight's title aspirations for the Concrete Rose Sonny Kiss.
What a fight, what a challenge. Danny Moe rises to the occasion and defeats Sonny Kiss. But don't forget, gentlemen, that next time we join you for JCW Lunacy, Willie Mack will get Matt Cross one-on-one in the ring after that cowardly assault we saw on our last episode. Congratulations, Danny Moe. For Mark and Zach, I'm Joe Dabrowski. We'll see you next time on JCW Lunacy.